next step is going to be contouring. I'm going to take the W7 Lice Beach Matte Bronzing Powder. I have mine in the shade Beach Bum. I know there's a shade lighter, but I got this in a mystery box. So this is like obviously way too dark for me as a bronzer, but I'm going to use it as a contour powder. Oh my gosh. That is pigmented. Ooh, Jesus. I'm gonna be here for a while blending. So for anyone who's wondering, this W7 bronzer is very pigmented because I'm just really lightly dipping my brush in there and I get a lot of product, as you can see. I'm trying just to build this contour up a little bit more because we want a nice shape in our face, and I'm just lightly gonna contour the edges of my face as well. And also blend that a little bit down the neck. Last place, I always like to contour here a little bit, the sides of my face, and the rest I always do with bronzer, which I'm gonna use next. This is obviously also bronzer, but not for me. I do think it's very pigmented, but it blends out really beautifully. As you can see, there are no weird harsh lines anywhere, so I'm happy to see that. Next, for actual bronzer, I'm going to use this big fluffy brush, and I'm going to use the Glow and MUA Makeup Academy bronzer in Golden Dunes, which is absolutely massive, as you can see next to my head, and it has different shades. So I'm just going to swirl my brush around and just start applying that. Ooh, that's very warm toned. Jesus Lord. That is very, very warm toned. So if you're a cool tone person, let's be warned, because this is very, very warm toned. I do have yellow undertone in my face very clearly, but since I'm so pale, I try to stay away from very warm products because of the reason that I'll look like an absolute carrot. So why? So this is gonna need some blending. So this bronzer is also very pigmented and very, very warm toned. So if you're more into cool tone bronzers, please stay away from this one. Maybe I should not have used this one, but all the other shades, maybe. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try and go into this light cooler shade on its own and just try and just blend that in a little bit. See how that works. And I'm gonna take my powder brush and just blend these edges out so they're not too harsh of a line. Same with this. Okay, bronzer is done. I don't know if I like this bronzer purely because I think this would suit a little bit better on people who are a little bit more tanned, I think personally, or I have to really choose not to use, for example, these two shades, which is not really my kind of vibe. I like more so to just try everything. Going into blush, this is the Essence Berry on highlighter, but it's way too dark for me, so I'm gonna use it as a blush. And this is in the shade Berry Vibes, and I'm just gonna swirl my brush in here and just apply it on the cheeks, and it gives a very nice glowy blush effect. So that's blush done. That was very quick. I like this. I like how glowy it is. I like the color. I like how quick it is. I just stroked my brush, swiped it on, so like that product so far. Then going into highlighter, I have this Catrice 3D Glow Highlighter, which looks like this, and it's very icy. It's the shade 20 Iced Glaze. I'm gonna take my highlighter brush and just get in there and just lightly apply that. That's very pretty. That is very, very pretty. So far, I'm very impressed by this highlighter. I thought looking in a pan it was going to be really white and blue and not look very good. But I have to take that back. It looks really nice. And it looks really glowy and not crazy out of this world like galactic blue or anything. So far, I really like this highlighter. Nice. Okay, for eyes, I'm going to use this Essence Eye Primer, which is the 2-in-1 eyeshadow and primer, long-lasting brightening and flawless finish. This feels so weird. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't like the feeling of this. It feels very moussey and powdery and at the same time waxy. It's very weird. But if it makes my eyeshadow last long, I'm fine with that texture. But it feels very weird. Nice for now. I don't know how it's gonna make my eyeshadow apply. I'm very curious to see that. Talking about eyeshadow, I'm gonna go into a new palette by Catrice. This is Addicted to Chocolates palette, and I have swatched this before but never ever used it on my eyes. So I'm gonna go into this brush, and I'm gonna go into, ooh, I just dug my finger in there. Good job, Zoe. I'm gonna take the lightest lightest matte shade, which is the shade Macaron. I'm just gonna swirl that around. That's a very nice shade. Very nice pigmentation as well. I'm just blending this out in swiping and in circular motions. So what I'm gonna do now is take the shade Milk, which is this white shade, with that same brush and just